Hello everybody, my name is Danni and I'm Regional Vice President and Independent Consultant with Arbonne International, and today I'm just going to go through how we do a one-to-one, or how I do a one-to-one. Obviously people can adapt this as and when. So I'm just prepared for my my prospect to come. So I'm meeting somebody called Jane, and before she gets here I've just put together a gold bag, which is basically consists of a beautiful Arbonne bag from the boutique. And in that, I'm going to have a curiosity pack, or otherwise known as a business folder, which has just got a little bit of information in which you can find on the source, or it's on a lot of people's Google Drives. It just goes through a little bit about Arbonne and a little bit about the products. I'm going to put that in the bag for Jane when she gets here. I've picked out 3 or 4, I think it's 4 here, iron Arbonnes that I think would suit Jane the most with her personality and what she's like as a person. So stories that she's going to relate to. And then I try and pick 1 or 2 stories that are completely different to the person I'm meeting, so that not only can they see that actually it is for somebody like them, but actually it's also for people not like them as well. So I'm going to put them in. And then I've also put together a gold bag. Now before Jane gets here, I've already asked her what her skin type is like, and she's already told me, and she said that she's really interested in anti-aging. So I've put together our flagship RE9 range. I've made sure everything is clean, made sure there's products in all of them. In the night cream, I've made sure there's just enough night cream for her with a spatula, so she's not having to put her fingers in, and 3 Genius pads. So this should, altogether, this should last her 24 to 48 hours. I'm going to book a follow-up with her at the end as well. And then there's just an information, a laminated step-by-step guide in there for her as well, and then what to expect and what not to expect. So that's all in there, so she's all prepared to have an at-home trial. And then we're so lucky that our information booklets don't have the prices in, so I can put this in there as well. It just gives her all of the information about the products that she can look through, and then she won't think, oh my gosh, they're really expensive, because actually what she's going to find is by using the products how highly concentrated they are, and then she's going to realise actually instead of replacing her face wash every week, this face wash that she's going to use is actually going to last her like 9 months. So I'm going to put that information catalogue in there as well, and then I'm just going to prepare a Fistic energy drink for when she gets here as well. So I'll keep that there for now. Right, okay, welcome Jane.
Hello.
Hi Jane.
Hi there.
It's great to see you.
Yeah, and you?
How are you?
I'm good, thank you, I'm good.
Oh,
Really interested to hear what you've got to tell me.
Oh, I know, I'm excited. I've just made you a drink.
Oh, wow, thank you.
This is called a Fistic. It's a pomegranate flavour, and actually it's a healthy alternative to tea, coffee, energy drinks. So all of those kind of things that really we should be avoiding, but we tend not to, because we need that energy high, don't we?
Definitely, that's lovely.
It's nice, isn't it? We do citrus flavour as well.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so how's things with Katie, Mary?
Yeah, they're all good, thank you. Yes, yeah. I had Mary up at the weekend, so it was lovely to see her.
Yeah.
So Katie's doing well at school, so yeah,
brilliant.
all good.
And Andy's okay?
He's okay, yes, he's off work at the minute. He's injured his arm, so he's unable to do his driving. And so things are a bit tricky, but yeah, we're getting by.
I heard that he had that motorbike accident.
Yes.
I know. I know.
Boys and their toys.
Oh, I know. Right, well, I'll try not to keep you too long. So I want to, I try to keep our appointments to sort of about 15-20 minutes, just because I'm so aware of obviously your time and things as well. So I'm just going to get started. So I'm just going to open up my laptop. Now I do have a bit of a presentation, but it's not death by PowerPoint. It's just a couple of slides that just keep me on track to the key points, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, right. So I'm just going to open up my Discover Arbonne. So before I just begin, I just want to ask you a question, because I like to get a feel for what people actually want from what I can actually offer them first. So I want you to, this might seem a bit random, but I want you to take a minute and imagine yourself in, say, 5 years' time, so probably like when the next Olympics is. Time goes so quickly, doesn't it? I want you to imagine yourself in 5 years' time, and I want you to tell me what your life would look like if time and money was absolutely not an issue. So let's say you've done something that's enabled you to have like royalty asset income, like £5,000 a month or something, and you've got that money coming into your bank account every single month for the rest of your life, and you don't technically have to actually give up your time to earn that. It's coming in regardless. What would your life sort of look like if that was to happen in 5 years' time?
Oh wow, that sounds amazing. I think the first thing to jump into my mind would be to help my parents, because my father got made redundant very suddenly and very cruelly, and it really came out with nothing, and they have struggled since, and they both suffer with their health a little bit. So to be able to help them to just enjoy their last few years. I know they would love to move abroad and kind of have a villa out there. So to be able to help them would be fantastic. Oh, what else? Mary, I mean, she's starting university soon, and I know after 4 years she's going to have piles of debt. To be able to help her not have that debt and be able to get on in life and buy herself a house, and you know, things that we were never able to do. We've never been able to get on the property ladder.
Yeah.
And then to even be able to buy our own house would be amazing. You know, we're renting, and we've had it a couple of times where we've been asked to move because they want to sell the house. So all of a sudden we're having to up and move and find somewhere else. So to be able to own our own house would be fantastic.
Yeah. Would you live around here?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Would you have like
all my friends around here, so
Would you have like a holiday home as well?
Well, I was just going to say, although I would love, my dream is always to move down to Cornwall, because I holidayed there as a child every year, and I absolutely adore it in Cornwall. So to have a holiday home there as well.
Yeah, Cornwall's lovely down south, isn't it? Really nice. I love it down there. Yeah. Torquay, Devon, and all
just
that.
Be able to retire there and just enjoy the sea.
Yeah. And I suppose it'd probably be nice for you, because obviously that all sounds absolutely great, but also to not have the stress of like the financial worry every month.
Well, that's the thing, yeah, you know, I mean, it's like I say, Andy's off work at the minute, we've lost a bit of that income, you know, if that happened in the future, not to have that worry, like, how are we going to pay the bills?
Yeah.
God, yeah, it's just so reassuring.
Yeah. And what about, is there any sort of, is there any causes that you volunteer at or give your time up or your income towards?
Yeah. I mean, I've suffered myself, and my daughter suffers really bad with like confidence and self-esteem issues. And what I'd really love to do is somehow get involved with a charity, or maybe even set up a charity surrounding that to help youngsters with self-esteem issues. Would be amazing. I'd love to do that. Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh gosh, I hope I can help you in some way. That sounds absolutely amazing. Well. Obviously, I bumped into you at the restaurant because you're a waitress. Is that the only job that you do?
It is, yeah.
It is. Yeah. Okay, so I just want to ask you, if you carry on doing what you're currently doing at the place where you're a waitress, how long will it take for you to achieve all of that amazing goal that you've just said?
Well, I don't think it'd ever happen. With the money I'm on as a waitress, you know, it's just basically minimum wage. I'm working all these hours and bringing in minimum wage. My husband's driving. Eventually might bring us a bit extra in, but no, it just would never happen unless we won the lottery or something.
Yeah. Oh God, how does that make you feel?
Pretty depressed, to be honest. Yeah, looking at my parents and how they're struggling, I don't want to end up, when I get to their age, being in the same position. It's actually really depressing now I've thought about it.
Yeah, and it's true, isn't it? A lot of people have these amazing goals, but then what they're currently doing isn't going to achieve them, and you're left with sort of two options. And you're basically the same. So obviously you've said all of these things. You want to obviously get your house down in Cornwall. You want to be owning your own house here. You'd love to help other teenagers and adults that have confidence issues, anxiety issues, and just lead that dream life, that you're not having all those stresses and all those worries, which you absolutely, in my opinion, should strive to do. But you basically, I suppose you've got two choices. You can either give up on your dreams because what you're currently doing isn't going to get you there, or you need to find a way to do something else while you're waitressing that's going to enable you to achieve those dreams. So if those are your two options, find something that you can do while you're waitressing to achieve those dreams, or give up on your dreams. Which one would you rather do?
Oh, I'd definitely find something that would enable me to do it. I mean, giving up is the easy option, but you know, what does that hold for the future? It's just depressing. Yeah. So I'd love to find something that would, if it's possible, enable me to reach my goals. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing that with me, because I do like to find out exactly what it is that people want, so that I can work out first if I actually can be of service in any way, first of all. So I'm going to share with you over the next 10-15 minutes a business vehicle called Arbonne that can be that chance for you and your family to work towards building that dream alongside what you're already doing. And that's the thing, it's a chance. It's, you know, something that most people don't have the option to do. You can fit it in around what you're working as. And then you can tell me at the end of the little presentation I'm going to do if you feel like it is something you want to look at further. Is that okay?
Yeah, that sounds brilliant. Yeah.
Okay. Right, so have you ever heard of Arbonne before?
I've not, no.
No, I hadn't, to tell you the truth. Until my friend introduced me to Arbonne, I hadn't either. So basically, this is the slide, a little bit about Arbonne. Now, I could sit here, I'm so passionate about this business, and I could spend hours and hours and hours telling you about this business, but I'm going to give you just an overview. But please, if there's any gaps that you feel like you want to know more about, please do ask me. And even if you go home afterwards and think, oh, actually, I'd love to know a bit more about this, do ask me. But I'm just going to go through an overview, okay? So this man here at the bottom is called Petamork. Now, 36 years ago, he decided to create this company called Arbonne, which actually stands for beautiful tree. Oh, wow. And yeah, it's got a Swiss heritage, so you probably already are aware Swiss obviously make the best chocolates, nice watches. Chocolates. Yeah. He had two massive passions. He wanted average people, if you can call it average, but the masses, to be able to use good quality skincare nutrition without it being inaffordable, because you probably already know there are three main price bands to products. You've got your economy band, which is what I was using before Arbonne actually. You buy them from the shop and they're about £1 to £10. And yes, they're cheap, and yes, they're economy, but actually they're watered down up to 95%. The products are watered down in harmful toxins and chemicals that nobody else wants. Yeah, I'll go through a little bit more about the ingredients in just a second, but it's basically all the byproducts that nobody wants are sent off to economy products. And you tend to find with economy products is you have to replace them quite quickly, so every week or every 2 weeks. You find that with shampoos.
Shampoo probably lasts about 3 weeks at most.
Yeah, and that's because it's usually an economy brand and they're just watered down heavily. So they're the economy brand. The middle band of the three is like your mid-range, so they're like your department store bands, and they're slightly better ingredients, but because they've still got to pay for shop overheads like the economy ones, they can't have the best ingredients in, because a big piece of the pie of what we pay, so if we're paying £30 for a mid-range, say the item is £30, £25 of that goes on the celebrity to endorse it, the shop overhead, the staff, so the ingredients actually don't cost that much. And then you've got your third one, which is ultra premium. Now they're the products that you probably see in the airport, in the glass cabinets.
Yeah, I always look at them and go, wow.
Yeah, and if your kids went near them, you'd freak out. So they're the high price range. Now, they actually have a lot better ingredients, but they still have to take a piece of the pie out to pay celebrity endorsements and airport and all the other different parts. So Petamork looked at this and he thought, why can't average people use great quality skincare nutrition? Why are they not able to? So he decided to create the company Arbonne and source the best quality ingredients in the entire world. So actually, going back to those three bands, ours actually sit above that high band in terms of quality ingredients. So they're high quality ingredients, high quality science that's been put to make these products. They're results driven, but they are not sold in a shop. So that means the price can be brought down, okay? So they're high quality products, but they're at an affordable price. So more like your mid-range price points. We don't pay for any celebrity endorsements. We don't pay for shops, no overheads, no staff. We don't have any shelf life preservatives in them, which a lot of shop products do. So basically what you're doing is you're getting the best of both worlds. He's created the best of both worlds and put them together and created Arbonne. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So the products are phenomenal. And what he also did, so that was one of his passions, to create this great skincare nutrition line. The second passion he had was he wanted busy people to be able to have an extra income stream every single month coming into their bank account that would enable them more time with their family or to do what they want to do. Because what he kept seeing was people were so busy and they were creating income from their jobs or what they were doing, but they didn't have any free time to go to their children's sports days or to look after their parents if they were ill or to go on holiday with their friends, because they didn't have the time to do it. So he wanted to create this company where he could say, okay, this is a great company for busy people to do part-time along their main jobs or alongside their children or alongside looking after their parents, whatever they're doing. And all they do is they start their own online shop, which I'm going to touch on in a moment, use personally the products and make the recommendations. That's it. And then we get paid every single month from this company. So I've seen thousands and thousands of people start this as a business, and it's enabled them to either go part-time with their main job or to even leave their job, or stay-at-home parents that are able to provide an extra income so they haven't got the stresses, they haven't got the worries. Does that all make sense?
Yeah, it does. Sounds great.
Yeah, it's lovely. So let me go into it a little tiny bit more. So I'll just go through the products. Now, the products combine the best of nature and the best of science. Now, what you tend to find with products is you might find some products that are really great and full of all your natural ingredients. But when you say the word natural, you could be talking about a rose. So say this rose petal, I could rub that on your skin now and you go, oh, that's natural, that's lovely, it smells nice. But it doesn't actually do anything to your skin. It just smells nice. It doesn't actually do anything to improve your skin. So that's one end of the scale. And on the other end of the scale, you've got products that are results driven. They do something, they do what they say they're going to do, but actually they're full of toxins, and actually you wouldn't want it on your skin. So you've got these two opposite ends of the scale. So what Arbonne do is they provide the best botanical based ingredients, like a rose petal, but they mix it with high science, safe high science, so that they are botanically based, but they're scientifically high results driven. So they actually do what they say they're going to do. So if you know anybody that wants their skin to look younger and feel younger, or they want to not wash their hair as much, or they want live digestive enzymes to help them with any sort of gut irritation, so they actually do what they say they're going to do. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So we provide all of the best ingredients. We source from around the globe. Now we're free from all of the toxins, so we don't have any of the toxins that a lot of educated consumers are wanting to avoid. No mineral oil, which is a byproduct of petrol. You don't want mineral oil on your skin.
Mineral oil was nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
no, it's basically a byproduct of petrol. So something that's not good enough for petrol, they're left with all this mineral oil, and they can't sell it to the food industry. They can't sell it. They can't dispose of it on the environment because it's horrendous. So they sell it to the cosmetics companies. I know, for pence, for gallons.
Get away with it.
I know. So if you imagine this was your shampoo, what they'd do is they'd put a tiny amount of ingredients in that should be in there, and they'd water the rest down in mineral oil.
Oh.
That's how they make products so
Shocking.
cheap. I know. And we're free of SLS, we're free of any cruelty to animals. So not only do we not test our products on animals, we don't even test the ingredients on animals. We're completely free of any cruelty. I know. And we don't use any animal byproducts like tallow or any of that. So we're completely vegan certified. And anything else nasty toxin wise, we're free of. So you can rest assured that our products are not only high quality, great ingredients, we're free of any of the nasties that you would ever want to avoid. So you're probably thinking, well, what products do you do?
Yeah.
We basically do everything from the moment you wake up in the morning to when you go to bed. So toothpaste, deodorant, we do all hair kinds, for all types of hair kind. We do all skincare. So if you're somebody that wants anti-aging, you've got oily skin, dry skin, teenage skin, baby skin, men's skin, so we've got all skincare covered. We do specialty treatments as well. We do a fantastic retinoid A, which is really great for resurfacing the skin. It's lovely. I'll have to give you some of that to try as well. We do. Not only do we work on the outside skin, we work from the inside out as well, because a lot of skin issues are actually created on the inside. So we do nutrition to help with that. So we do some great multivitamins, we do some great antioxidant and immunity support foods, which help with like hay fever today, for example, or help with the immunity. And we do a fabulous shakes range. We do everything nutrition wise for anybody that wants to either lead a healthy lifestyle, anybody that wants to lose weight, gain weight, that just wants to keep on top of health. So whatever your preferences, we can tailor a bespoke product range for you. And then we do a fantastic cosmetics range. So anything cosmetics wise we do.
Wow, lovely.
I know, the cosmetics are lovely. And then we do a spa range and lots of other little things as well, which is great. So how network marketing works, it's so simple. So let's use you as an example, Jane. So let's say you we finish this conversation and you think, do you know what, this sounds amazing. I've not heard of anything else that is going to enable me to build the lifestyle that you said at the beginning. And let's say you decide that, do you know what, I'm going to go for it. Why not? I'm going to go for it. So what you do is you set up your own business. Now, instead of having a shop on the high street, your shop is online, because that's where most people are shopping now. Okay, 90% of sales are now coming from online. So you buy your shop online, and then you have your own website. So yours would be Arbonne/Jane Brown, unless it's another Jane Brown. Then it'd be Jane Brown 1, or as so on. Now, you then can make recommendations as much or as little as you want. Now, you'll find people that build an Arbonne business. Some people just work a couple of hours a week just making recommendations as and when. And you'll find some people that work 20, 30 hours a week and they make more recommendations. It's your business. It's your choice how many recommendations you make to people. But let's say you work 10 hours a week. And let's say you recommend products to people that you're meeting. So it doesn't matter who you know now, it's who you're going to end up meeting. So you make recommendations to people that are looking for better skincare, better nutrition, that are looking to maybe build a business as well. So as you meet people, now every single product that's bought from your website, so these are our fizz sticks that you've got now. I find so many clients want to order the fizz sticks. So every single time a box of these is bought from your website from somebody that's sat in their front room, logging onto your website, you get paid a percentage of this sale. Okay. Now all you need to do is show your clients how to make this purchase once, and they get their own login details. And then when it runs out the following month or a couple of months later, they go back in with their login details and they buy it again, and you get paid for that again and again and again, and it never stops. So it's a bit like if you make a recommendation to me to shop on Amazon, and you say, Danny, go and buy this book off Amazon, it's amazing. And let's say I buy the book off Amazon and you get paid a percentage because you recommended it to me, you've done the advertising. And then let's say I then go and recommend it to my mum, and I say, oh, you've got to buy this book off Amazon, Jane told me about it. And then she logs onto Amazon and buys the book, you get paid a percentage. And then let's say she tells somebody that she works with and they buy the book, you get paid the percentage, because it constantly keeps linking back to your website. Are you following me with that?
Yeah.
So when you build an Arbonne business, you're paid for every single recommendation that you make where somebody purchases from your website. So you can be asleep and wake up in the morning and people have ordered their whole nutrition set for the next 6 months, let's say, and you earn a percentage of that. Now that is called direct sales. So that is making personal recommendations. Now the income of direct sales for me can vary from about £100 to £800 a month from direct sales. It depends on how many people you talk to, and it depends on how your client base builds. Okay. Now that's 1/2 of our paycheck. We get paid 2 paychecks. No, we don't. That's a lie. We get 1 paycheck, but it's in 2 halves. So that's the direct sales side. So are you with me with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So now it's going to get a little bit more. The other half of our paycheck is called network marketing. Have you ever heard of that before?
I've heard of it, but I don't really understand what it is.
Okay, right, I'll explain it to you. So let's say you decide to do this as a business, and then say your sister comes up to you and says, Jane, what is that side business that you're doing online? Because it looks like so much fun. I want to get involved. What is it? And you tell her, and then you teach her how to build her own online shop. Now she then begins to build her client base, so people buying products, and she gets paid. Now she gets the biggest percentage from her client purchases because it's her shop, it isn't yours. But because you are helping her, you're mentoring her, you're her coach, you're her sponsor, you're her support, you're teaching her what she needs to know, you also get paid a percentage from everything that turns through her online business. So if her online business turns over £1,000, she gets paid the biggest percentage and you get a smaller percentage, but you do earn from her business. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So it's a bit like if you're waitressing and your boss says to you, Jane, someone new started today, this is Tiffany. If you teach Tiffany how to do everything waitress-wise, we're going to pay you a percentage of what she earns.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah. But I'm guessing you do it for free. You teach her what to do for nothing. So this is what it's like. So it's all helping each other. Now, the great thing is if your sister was building her business, say she goes on to teach a co-worker how to build his business, you still earn a percentage from that as well, but it goes down. Okay. Now I'll give you an example. Now for me, over the past 2 years, I've personally introduced about 30 people who lead very busy lives and want more, like what you said, and they want to build their own online business. Now I've personally helped about 30 people do that, and they've gone on to do the same, and they've gone on to do the same. It's a bit like the ice bucket challenge where you tell 3 people to chuck ice out, and they tell, and then it's 9, and later it's 27, so it goes on like that. Now in my entire network now, because that's what we call it, a network, a bit like helping people get started with a virtual franchise. In my entire network now, there's over 1,000 people who are independently running their own online shop. They earn the biggest percentage from it. They're their own boss, but I do earn a percentage from all of those shops that are running. But as it goes further down, it is a smaller percentage. And that part of the paycheck starts off the smallest part. Your direct sales is more, but as it grows, that ends up being the biggest part of your paycheck. I'm going to go through the income in just a moment, but does that make sense to network marketing?
Yeah. So you don't actually need to know loads and loads of people to make this work.
No.
I was thinking you'd have to know so many to make it work.
I know. Yeah. No, not at all. Not at all. As long as you are an honest person, as long as you genuinely have a desire to help people, that is your genuine interest to help other people, whatever it may be, then you can be incredibly successful at this business. And you can actually end up earning more than the person that introduced you. So let's say you do decide to do this business and you build more clients than what I have and more business builders than what I have. You can actually earn a lot more money than what I do. And I'm going to go through the 4 levels of promotion in a second, but you could actually overtake me in terms of promotional level as well. So you're not stuck where you are. A bit like if you start a job, you're kind of a bit stuck where you are. You can't usually bypass anybody in the system. Yeah, and that's not like that in this business. It's very fair. Everybody helps everybody, and you can move around, which is great. Okay, so I'm just going to come to the end now. So I'm going to go through the 4 different levels of promotion and how much we earn, and then I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions at the end, if that's okay. Right, so the first level is a district manager. That's level 1. Now, it takes on average about 1 to 6 months to become a district manager. Now, as I've already explained to you, it is effort based. So if you're somebody that thinks, I'm going for this, and you decide to put in more hours in the first few weeks, first couple of months of starting your business, you can fly to district manager in days. If you're somebody that just thinks, right, I'm already busy, I'm busy doing my job, I'm busy as a mum, I can only fit in a couple of hours here and there, obviously it's going to take you longer, but it's your choice. You're your boss, nobody else, so you choose, okay? So a district manager, 1 to 6 months roughly to get there. It took me 4 months, and you tend to earn about £100 to £800 a month, roughly. Obviously, you can earn more, you can earn less. For me, my first paycheck as a district manager was £500 for the month, and the highest I ever earned at level 1 was £700 for the month. So that was great. Yeah, and I mean, I know that's not huge amounts of money, but that made a big difference to me and Ian. Ian, when I was a district manager, Ian stopped working 7 days a week and went down to 5 days.
That would make a huge difference to us, even that small amount.
Would it? Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and do you know what? The great thing is, it's not always sometimes about what it can make for you. It can be about the people that you meet. You can end up meeting somebody else at the train station or wherever, and by telling them about this, and they say to you, do you know what, £500 a month could be the difference between us losing our house or not. You know, it's the lives you go on to help that is such a big thing about Arbonne. Okay, so that's the first level. At all of the levels, you can earn holidays. I think we have up to 5 different holidays a year that we can earn. So we have Hawaii, Maui, Hawaii in January. We have Arizona in March. We have Las Vegas in April. We have New York in the December, and in the October, we never know what it is until the year before. But this year, it's the Bahamas trip. Last year was a Caribbean cruise. So so if you like to travel,
I love to travel,
and you don't have to go on them, but if you want to, you can do so. If you like to earn holidays, so you can earn them at all of the levels, and at all of the levels, you do get recognised. So if you like to feel appreciated and recognised and gifted with cards, flowers, jewellery, Tiffany jewellery, it's a great business to be recognised and rewarded in. Yeah. Okay, so that's level 1. Level 2 is an area manager, and it takes roughly 6 to 12 months to become an area manager. And I would say it took me 6 months, and I would say the average income is between about £800 a month and £2,500. Now, again, I'll put that into real figures. My lowest paycheck as an area manager was £1,000 for the month, and my highest was £2,300 for the month. So at this point, 6 months in, what I did was decide to book a holiday. And do you know what was lovely? It wasn't so much having the income, it was having the choice. I was able to book a holiday and choose what week I wanted to go on, and not have to think, oh, I better choose this week because it's cheaper than the rest. We chose the airport that was local and convenient to us, because we used to book airports that were like miles away because it was a bit cheaper. We booked 2 weeks rather than 1, again, because before we were trying to keep it down the budget, and we booked all inclusive, and we booked the hotel that we wanted and not have to scout around for the cheapest hotel.
I hate searching for holidays, like trying to find the best deal.
Yeah, and that's what we were like. So sometimes it's not always about what the income is, it's what it enables you to do. It's to be able to not have the stresses, and gosh, you can't put a price on having that freedom and that, you know, just not having that worry. And also, at area manager, which is the second of 4 levels, your business is willable. So let's say you do decide to build your business, and it takes you, say, 6 months to become an area manager, and you're earning, say, £2,000 a month. Heaven forbid, should anything happen to you, touch wood, your business that you've built up, that check that comes to you every single month will go to your daughters and Andy, or whoever you decide to will your business to. You might not decide to will it to them. Whoever you will your business to, they will receive your paycheck every single month. And they're your first, well, Andy will be your first generation, no, your children will be your first generation. And then their children, as they grow up, that'll be your second generation, it'll be given to them as well. And then their children will be your third generation, it'll be given to them. It goes up to 6 generations.
That's amazing.
I know. Do you know what? That's what it was for me as well, Jane. As soon as I heard that it was a willable asset for my children, I was like, I'm all in. Okay. Right, the third of 4 levels is a regional vice president, which is where I am now. It takes roughly about 1 to 3 years to become a regional vice president. It's been known to be done a lot quicker. In the UK, the fastest it's been done is 12 weeks, so 3 months. Wow. I know. At this level, you're earning roughly about £2,500 to £10,000 a month. For me, I was there at 11 months, and my lowest paycheck was £4,300 for the month, and my highest has been just over £7,000 for the month. So amazing.
That must have made a huge difference for you.
Oh, what it's meant for us is we're similar to you in the housing issue, or we were. What it's meant is, because obviously I don't need £7,000 a month, I can't physically spend all of that. So what we do is we save a lot of it. Because my husband does this business as well, he's got his own Arbonne shop and I've got my Arbonne shop, is we both save a massive chunk of the income in a savings account that's saving up for us to buy a house. So in a few months' time, we'll be able to just buy a house without having to have a mortgage, without having to have any of that stress. So if you know anybody that is struggling to be on the property ladder, this is a great thing to do on the side, to say, right, I'm going to build this business for a year, and then at the end of that year, I'm going to have this income that I can buy a house with, which is, again, it's fabulous. You're also given an extra cash bonus every month as well of £500, so on top of your income. That is to buy or lease a brand new white Mercedes. Now, that is the company's gift to you for building your business to this level. And anybody can build their business level. You know, it's the people from all backgrounds, all ages, all sexes, everything. And you choose the car. It's your car to keep. All you have to do is make sure it's white and it has to be brand new. So every couple of years you do have to update it, and I'll pay for that.
I can live with that.
I know. And that £500, you can go for a car. You could say lease it, which is what I do. You could buy it or lease it. But I lease mine. Mine costs me £300 a month, but Arbonne still gives me £500. So the extra money I just use for like taxing it and cleaning it. But if you go for a more expensive one, you just top it up and pay towards it.
Okay.
So the last level, level 4, because there's only 4 levels, is a national vice president. You're looking there at £10,000 a month upwards. Now, I'm not a national vice president, so I can't give you my personal figures. But the national vice president who's in our team, so going up, she started this business at 53 years old. She's been doing it now for about 13 years, and she earns £100,000 a month.
Really?
Yeah. Her name's Susan McCannon, and she's just amazing. She's obviously retired now, but she obviously still has her business that's still working. You know, I'm still working now, even though she's over in America, actually. She donates a huge proportion to charities, because she says to me, Danny, I don't need all that money. What do I need it for? So she sends a lot of it off to all different charities that she's passionate about.
It sounds almost too good to be true, to earn that amount of money.
I know. But do you know what? I suppose you have to liken it to earning a percentage from, say, I'm going back to Amazon again. And let's say somebody introduced you to Amazon when it first started and said, if you start recommending Amazon, we're going to give you a percentage from everything that Amazon makes. So you can imagine obviously how big that's grown and grown and grown. So it's a little bit like that. But one thing as well I just want to touch on before we end is the national vice presidents obviously go on all their holidays as well. We do have a leadership meeting every year, which is in Maui in Hawaii. You can take your family along as well. That's every January. And yeah, just the recognition, really. The recognition is amazing. You have a bigger car bonus as well at the national vice president level. And yes, the one thing I wanted to say is, if you built this as a business and you were aiming for national vice president, that was where you were going to go. The great thing is, when you're a national vice president, that doesn't stop anybody else in your team becoming national vice presidents. You can help them become national vice presidents as well, depending on what they want. Depends on obviously what they actually want to build. So you could do this, and if your sister wants to do it and she said, well, I want to be a national vice president, she can be as well. Anybody can be at that top level. It doesn't prevent any. It's not like where you've got a CEO and there's only one CEO and then you have like a few managers and then a few sales. It's not like that at all. So I just want to ask you a couple of questions. So, are you going to be working as a waitress for the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, yeah, I've got to, unfortunately.
Okay. So what are the odds of you earning, say, that national vice president wage, like £10,000 a month upwards, in 3 to 5 years?
As a waitress,
yeah,
it would just never happen. Never. My boss is not that generous.
Oh gosh, I think I met him when I was in there the other day with you. Okay, so that is exactly the reason that you need to consider joining me in this business, because Arbonne is going to give you something that your job can't, and that is a chance. So a chance to come into the business with no prior experience or skills and give you a chance to make that kind of money. So even if you fall short of the £10,000 a month and you only make half of that, or even a quarter of that, you're still able to work from home, be there for your kids, so be there for Mary and Katie, drive a brand new white Mercedes, design your own schedule, and have total control and freedom over your own life. That is the kind of lifestyle that most of us have dreamed of having, don't you agree?
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay, so I just want to ask you 4 very important questions. Okay, so did everything I share with you today make sense?
Yeah, good, yeah.
Okay. Can you see the enormous need for the products and the education that Arbonne is providing to families?
I can, now you've explained it all. Yeah, definitely.
Right. Did I answer most of your questions?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's lots going around in my mind.
Of course.
But yeah,
I've answered most
all
of them.
made sense. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so based on what you've seen today, does this look like something that you can see yourself doing if you have the proper coaching, training and support?
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, if I had that support there, because I've not got any kind of prior skills or I'm not very confident.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, well, fantastic. How exciting. So is it okay if I share with you the next steps in the process?
Yeah, definitely.
Great. Okay, so to start your own business, so to buy your shop, if you like, to buy your own website, it's £56. And that basically gives you a whole website set up. You don't have to do anything with your website apart from add a photograph of yourself, which I can help you do, and just write a little bit about yourself. All of the infrastructure is done for you, okay? It also gives you your ID number, a bit like your James Bond number, if you like. So anytime anybody decides that they want to buy through your recommendation, you've got your unique ID number, which is then how the website knows who's made the referrals, okay? So your ID number also gives you full discount for personal use of all of the products as well, which is a great perk to the business. And then your postage, so £56 to start your business. Your postage varies from £6.50 to £10, depending on the weight of what if you're ordering any products. Now you can just start your business like that and get going. Now what I would absolutely recommend that people do is, because this is based on honesty, this is based on trust, is I would personally use some of the products to be able to make the recommendations. Now I'm going to give you this to take home with you, and what it's actually got in it is all of the information, which I'll go through in just a second. It's actually got this amazing catalogue in here. What I want you to do is I want you to pretend that money is not an issue, and I want you to circle every single product that you would love to use so that you can build up testimonials, and then we'll meet up tomorrow or Friday and go through that, and I can see how I can give you the best discount, how we can maneuver things around, because when you start your business, Arbonne actually enable you to have 50% off some items in the first 2 months. So I can go through and we can work out a plan of how we're going to build up some of the products for you. So what we'll do is I'll give you this to take with you. It's got some products in, it's got some information in, and then we'll book to go through everything either tomorrow or Friday, whichever's better for you. And then we can get going and set up your website. Is that okay?
Yeah, sounds brilliant.
Okay. So what to do if Jane says maybe?
Yeah, it all sounds really good, but I'm just not sure. I think I'd really like to try the products because, you know, obviously if I don't like them, I'm not sure whether the business is going to be for me.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, with 0 or 1 being absolute, I'm not interested at all, and 10 being, yeah, sign me up right now. Whereabouts are you?
Probably 6, 7.
6, 7, okay.
Yeah.
So what would have to happen for you to become a 10? Try the products.
Yeah, I think if I tried the products and I like them, as long as I like them, I don't think there's anything else standing in my way, really.
Great. No. Okay, so after you've tried them and you're going to love them, I know you will, then you'll be ready to start.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so let me show you what's in here then.
Great.
So what I've got is I've put together a little bit of an information folder for you to peruse through and have a look through. So that's in there, and then I've put together a couple of stories from people a little bit like you that have made a complete success of their business, because you get to write your own story when you start your own business. I've put together a little information catalogue of all of the products. When you start your business, you don't need to know all this, by the way.
Oh, right, okay.
We have a catalogue that does everything. We've got an app that answers all of our questions. Okay. And I've put together some skincare for you, tailored to what we obviously spoke about on the phone. Okay. It's the flagship anti-aging range. It's got instructions on what to expect on the inside as well.
Great.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll book in to see each other tomorrow or Friday, which is best for you.
Friday would be good.
I'll put that in my diary. Okay, what to do if Jane says no?
No, it's, you know, it all sounds great, but I just don't think it's for me at this time.
Okay, Jane, I totally respect that. This business isn't for everyone, and I respect your honesty. But let me ask you 2 quick questions before we finish. Okay, who comes to mind that may be interested in looking at this and they can make up their own minds just like you did?
Possibly my sister-in-law, actually. She works in a factory, and then she's always moaning about it, how she'd love to get out.
Oh,
yeah, so she might be interested.
Yeah, and I can just give her all the information I can do, and she can just make up her own mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll get in touch with her on your behalf. Okay, and most people who might not be interested in the business are interested in trying some of that amazing products. So I'd love to offer you the chance to take some home for a few days and try, so that you can give me some feedback. What are you interested in, anti-aging or cosmetics?
And well, both actually, but anti-aging would be nice, yeah.
Lovely. Okay, so I'll give you these products to try. We've got everything all in here, and what we'll do is we'll meet up. I can either do tomorrow or Friday.
Tomorrow will be good.
Tomorrow, yeah. Lunchtime, okay?
Yeah,
Lovely.
fine, yeah.
All right. Right. Thank you then, Jane.
No,
I'll see you Friday.